5-year-old mare.
Yeah.
And she's doing eventing. She has a lot of horse shyness. She gets really nervous when she sees other horse.
You're able to have this control of where the power comes from, and she can turn a tense body into a relaxed body. First step is that he comes in and she doesn't run away. And then I start to put her on the big circle, so we walk passing each other. So it was a really good session, a really positive horse to work with. She will develop and change really quickly. It's the beginning of the encouragement of confidence.
Yeah.
So what's really nice from the beginning is that Margo has already told me that the mare is already taking responsibility and feeling the benefit of the exercises through her body. So you try to encourage or promote some movement. Yeah, then she has a fly, she wants you to get off her. Then all of a sudden the mind says, oh, now I'm a riding horse. This is like your safety pattern, your yoga pattern to get her relaxed. See if I'm a horse and I give pressure on the right side, right hind leg. Pressure on when she comes towards it. So tell me, how's she doing and what things have you been doing with her?
I've trying the groundwork. I've ridden her.
Yeah.
And I did 2 competitions with her, and I thought I go there and I see, and otherwise I go home.
Yeah.
And she was really, really good.
Okay.
Yeah. The spooky thing was there, but there was no
total
turning
loss
around.
And
she did in the arena. She jumped very, very well.
Okay.
Better than she ever did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's already finding a little bit self-management within the...
And I put her in the field with the other horse.
Mm-hmm.
Easy horse.
Yeah.
And she did the first time he came to her and she did this, and he thought, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And now she running to him and make her statement, and he's okay. Okay. And then it's good. And I think she has more confidence. Yeah. Yeah. That's
good. Yeah. She's already, when I see her here and when I feel her move through the rope, she's already much softer in the body. Yeah. She has less tension all over just from the beginning.
And at home she did very, very well.
Yeah.
She was echt really good.
Okay.
And with the competition to the other horses, she's a little bit this.
Yeah.
But I think it's 50.
Going in a good way.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Good. All right. We just start from the first pattern, and then we go through the steps, and then we just see how far she will let us, or how far she can come herself. So what's really nice from the beginning is that Margo has already told me that the mare is already taking responsibility and feeling the benefit of the exercises through her body, that she's taking ownership over controlling her body just by learning and being aware of her body through the exercises. So we did the very first time the practicing of the exercises. Margo got a little bit of a feel for it. She's been able to practice it at home, put it in together with her normal riding and her normal work. And it's a great thing to already feel when we haven't really come to the point of working with the other horse in a riding situation. She's already feeling that the horse feels more comfortable and more in control of herself. So the homework has been done well, and we're already a lot further since the last time we saw her. So just going through the first pattern, so the rein about the length of the neck, and we're looking in the beginning here that she's able to create this softness through her body. Yeah, and start to push where your leg goes with your right hand. And if she goes backwards, you just keep following till she comes into the right turn. Yeah. Yeah, and keep your right hand really against the body. There's good. There's good. Yeah, there. And now relax again. Good. Same on the other side. So you're just doing each side individually first, just to feel how she is in the body, but you're looking that you can get that body to fold between the hand and the leg. Good. Good. Yeah, good. And relax again. Good. And then the front legs. So just pushing the head away. Yeah. Good. And then more behind and across. Yeah, and keep stepping to your right. And don't lead her forwards. Keep your hand going towards the back end. Yeah, so her head starts to follow her feet. The head starts to get lower. Yeah, and now faster. So then you make a little tempo change so she gets quicker. There, and now slower. Good. Good. And relax again. Front legs the other way. So that in the end, we get it that she's going a little bit out of this posture and she starts to really follow and trust the direction of the feet.
Yeah.
And we can encourage her to do that by changing the speed.
Yeah.
And then again. Good. Good, and faster. Good, and slower. There, and then the head drops more. Good. There, and release again. Good.
When she get nervous and she wants to flight, you don't know, you stop her, but that's not the right way to get the fear away. And I think this helps her and me to relax. Yeah.
So we just start with the bag stick. And it's not important that she's afraid of the tool, because it is a tool. It's not something we want her to necessarily be scared of, but it's something we use to teach her how to respond in her body in the correct way.
Yeah.
So then you start to make contact. If you have a super sharp one, of course, you are leading them towards the bag to get a good posture. She's fairly relaxed, so you know you can make contact right away.
Yeah.
And then you just start to search over the body. The important thing always is to, in the beginning, to keep the bag on the same side as you.
Yeah.
So if you get a sharp one and you're on the left and he sees the bag on the right, then you have a problem. Good. Yeah, and then you start to go. So then when in the beginning, when you have one that's naturally relaxed, like she is, then you may not get a reaction from the beginning. So that gives you a measuring point of how much you can ask.
Yeah.
So then you can go again to the side and you start to move the bag without it touching her.
The same side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go to the side more. Try to feel how you can influence her to find a more relaxed position. Not that this isn't already really relaxed, but it's about trying to find a question that's worth answering.
Yeah.
Because in a moment, when we challenge her with something that she has to respond to because she can't ignore it, we'll find she doesn't know the answer.
Yeah.
So we want to try to promote her now to change something in her body in a positive way. So you start with the pressure again, a little bit longer on the rope. Yeah, and more towards the back end, longer on the rope. And then from left eye to right eye, really over the head, over the back. Yeah, and more towards the back end. Longer on the rein. Yeah, and then you have to be more pressure. Longer on the rein. Yeah, and more behind her. Good, and then start to touch her.
Touch?
Yeah, at the same time as moving. So you try to encourage or promote some movement. Yeah, then she has a fly, she wants you to get off her. So what we don't want to do is make her quiet. So it has to be really that from the beginning. So when you start here, we can continue like this for the next 10 years and it doesn't get better. So what we have to try to had the feeling of is that we get her attention, and now I start to move her, and then there happens to be this here in the area, and what I wanted to do is just to continue the moving and folding and listening to this side of my body.
Yeah.
So if you imagine she can understand the questions from 1 + 1 to 2 + 2 to 4 + 4 because she thinks it's not even worth.
Never mind.
Yeah. So it's then advancing it a bit to then saying, okay, you can stand still, but if you're moving and something starts to move around you or approach you, do you get stiff? Like now, she's stiff in the robe, tense in the body, and then I continue with the movement. So getting her to listen to my left side there, as well as giving a response to something in the environment. Just like here, you're riding, it's going really nice and smooth, she's soft in the rein, she's turning lovely through the body, and then there happens to be something nearby, then you get the tension, and then here, the fly helps us. And again here. So what we want to feel is when something approaches nearby, that she's able to keep this softness. Follow the aid, listen to the rein, be able to follow what we're saying in a moment where there is some external pressure, whether it's a bag on a stick or another horse, doesn't really matter. So we're not getting any large, dramatic, exciting, man-killing maneuvers. So I think we progress to the saddle, and then I teach you the feeling of the exact ground pattern you've done here, sitting up there, and then we can start to add these tools, and that you then have the action plan in the moment of pressure to turn the pressure gauge off, and that she turns loose and you can happily go on with the work. All right?
Yes.
Let's saddle up. So I just feel her first with the bridle and the saddle. And then we have to get the feeling that there's no difference. So sometimes they have the introduction in the halter. And then they get very good at the ground pattern in the halter. And they have the mindset of that I'm a very good ground horse in my halter without the bridle and without the saddle. Then you put the saddle and bridle on, and then you have all these preconceived ideas about what goes on. Then all of a sudden the mind says, oh, now I'm a riding horse and I behave differently. So we want to make sure that these patterns, so from the beginning, the first few steps, she has a little bit more tension in the body. So then we just let the steps do its work. We let the pattern of stepping backwards through her body with the front legs and stepping forwards and under with the hind legs soften the body, get rid of any little tension points. Good girl. So then you bring her into the middle, and then we go through the first pattern. So this is like your start up. Get on somewhere, you have a little bit of tension. This is like your safety pattern, your yoga pattern to get her relaxed, but it's also your emergency pattern when the feet don't go where you want. Because then you get them directly where you want them instead of exiting stage left or right. Turn left.
Turn left.
Yeah, left hind leg.
Hind leg.
Yeah. There. And release, good. And what you want to feel is that when you're going along, you start to move, that if you look at the hind leg, her body makes this shape, and then she turns there and goes on again.
Okay.
And this is so that you can always redirect the body with the suppleness of the bending and the lateral flexion from the position of her feet.
Okay.
So if you get something that frightens her or she runs, you can always have this disengagement of the hind leg to get the horse to relax and turn away again.
Yeah.
Again in walk. And we do it all in walk first so that she can really feel and understand where her body should go. And then again, pick up the right rein. No, left rein. Look at the right hind. There's good. Good. And release again. If you hold the rein too much, she will go, of course, into the wall.
Yeah.
So again, lift up the left.
Less hand.
Yeah. Okay. As soon as you have a little bit the direction, now leg. Only look at the left leg. There. So there she took one step there, and then she took one step back.
Yeah.
So then it's really focusing on every time she leaves the ground, you push a little bit with the right leg. Outside rein longer. There's good. There's good. And release. Better. Then you go a little bit on the circle. And we go the next step, but also still in walk, so that you're also able to control it. So on the left rein first, we start on the left because this is the rein where she's most confident, and just stand still.
Oh.
And so from the beginning here, we just make sure, just like building the bridge between doing the pattern without saddle and bridle. It's good now, she's a little bit lighter in the back end. And then walk her forward again. So just like building the bridge between the controls, we want to build the bridge between the tools, long rein. Yeah. So then she has the opportunity to drop the head if she feels necessary. But the idea here then, of course, is that she doesn't think, okay, now I have a rider and a saddle and a bridle, that I behave different to what I did in the groundwork.
Yes.
Good. And then you start to walk.
Long rein?
Now you can pick her up normal. Good. And then when I start to give energy in approaching the hind leg, you just think about lifting the left leg and turning towards me and following, the same as you did on the wall.
But to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I come here and I make energy here, you want to pick up the left rein, outside rein long. Yeah, and then she comes here towards me. And then we're going to go this way. Then you walk. And then I have an approach here. And then here. Good. And then out on the circle. So we're just teaching her the pattern so that then when we add speed, she already has the GPS set in the direction that we want. Good. And then a little bit in trot.
In?
Trot. Just on the circle. Yeah, and just relaxed, only letting her find the shape of the circle from the ground pattern aids. Good. And then I do the same again, and I start to approach you, see if I'm a horse, and I give pressure on the right side, right hind leg. And then she goes here. Yeah, good. And then on the left in trot again. So you see the first couple of strides, you get a little bit that tension in. What we want to feel eventually is that she makes the turn by herself. It's okay, you just let her go. Good, relax on the hand. Good, good. Give a little bit more. Yeah, and she gets even a little bit looser, more relaxed. Good. And then I do the same again. So then I approach. Just think outside rein long. Yeah, look at the hind leg. Good. This was better. So already now you have less tension.
Yeah.
So
I have to look at the hind leg because
yeah.
I forget.
Yeah, and that's important because then your whole body is also saying, and what we're trying to get her to avoid is the and then going.
It went very well, I think. She was really relaxed, and I liked what she did. Everything we asked for, she did. She is really relaxed, but with the flag and something, I had no idea what she is doing. But yeah, Very good.
And then we do one more thing on the teaching her to approach. So this is a little bit on something approaching her. And then we also always work on the opposite, just like we taught her to go away from pressure and towards pressure. The more she can understand the opposite, the better she understands the first step.
Yeah.
So now on something approaching her, we've worked on. So for her to feel full control in all situations, we teach her the opposite, which is her approaching something.
Yeah. Okay.
So I go in a position that causes a little bit of something to look at. And then you're just going to use the same controls as we did, controlling front legs, hind legs.
On the straight line?
Yeah, to be able to go here. So here where there's pressure, when she comes towards me, I make less pressure.
Bend her.
No, yeah, no leg on. So when she wants to, never turn away.
Oh.
Left hind. Yeah, left hind. And now relax, good. And here, keep also your focus here. There.
Oh, I have to go to the right.
So the goal is to be as close to the flag at all times as possible and to give her the release when she approaches. Now you're going to ask for left front. Yeah, and now right hind. Never turn away. Right hind. Yeah, good. Right front. Now left hind.
Oh.
Left hind, left hind. Good. Towards the flag. Good. And right forward. Good. Now a little bit right front, just a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Good. Like this. And then you right forward. Good. And now right hind. So what happens is when she gets stuck in the front legs and she doesn't want to go, what we want to avoid, good, is pushing her forward.
Yeah.
Because then she leans more back. So what we want to do when she stops here is then, and she's a bit leaning there, if you move a front leg to the side, she will automatically put the nose forward. Front leg, good. And then I also reward her by taking the flag away, and then she starts to push through it, forward. So we teach her by the steps that she chooses to follow you with, good girl, is what gives her confidence and control of her posture. So of course these are all things that we had to build up to. If you come the first day and I stand here and I say, can you ride through here? It's obviously not going to be possible. Good, and then right hind. Yeah. Yeah, good. And then release again. And then left hind. Yeah, very good. Yeah, and then release on the rein again. So you're always giving her these release points. Pressure on when she comes towards it. Yeah, good. And then one more time to the right. So this is also about teaching her not the specifics of being able to squeeze between the horse and the wall, another horse and the wall, but that she learns in her posture how to get through a tight space. Yeah, good. Good, and then you let her walk again. So now we slowly start to get all the ingredients we need to be able to overcome all those situations. You've already felt a huge difference in her feeling that she's in control of herself only from the pattern, only from this being aware of your body and how to control yourself. And that's, of course, naturally when she feels like she knows her body and knows what to do with it and she can control her body, it makes her more confident. When she can take that into these things, pressure situations, real questions, the real exam, what do you do when the two scariest things in your life come together, controlling your body and the pressure of another horse.
Yeah.
She both has the control of her body, plus you know what the physical action should be in that moment.
Yeah.
And when you continue to train these patterns in your body, you don't have to even think about it. When you get in that situation where even you get someone that rides a little bit not such on an ideal line cantering towards you, you don't think. You automatically think, oh, there's tension, you know, release it. It just becomes without thought. It's an unconscious action in your body which goes through into hers, which continues to make the whole experience better and better. Hopefully when we get through to the riding part and slowly introducing the horses and really giving her all the tools she needs, she will be indestructible come time to be at the big championships amongst all the other horses, and all the horse shy nightmares will be completely gone.